guys, it's Heather Nickless, and tonight we're going to be going over the online marketing, and I'm really excited about this call because this is something that I absolutely love doing and teaching people about. So first off, I'll just kind of say this, that you might want a pen and paper, but if you don't have access to this, I am recording it, so I'll post it out there so that you can get anything that I put out there. I'm going to say some websites or some apps that you might be able to use. And then I will open for questions at the end, depending on how much time it takes me to get through this information. I kind of did want to tell you guys why online marketing is really a huge, huge thing. I always like to say, you know, if you're not using online marketing, you're not really taking advantage of what we have that technology offers, and you're missing a huge, huge market out there. This is like perfect for somebody, you know, that might be working and they have a busy time and they don't have time, you know, when they get home to do so much. They can't go out and blitz. Online marketing is going to be huge for somebody like that, or somebody that's physically unable to get out. So you want to make sure that you can kind of understand at least the basics of it, and I'm going to give you guys some of that. So, you know, everybody, when they first sign up, the first thing that they love to do is immediately go on Facebook, and they start posting their before and after pictures, or, you know, the advertisements about the business. You know, you got the average income charts, and, you know, you're showing pictures of all the different products, and right in the beginning, a lot of people might seem so interested in, you know, they're signing up, you're getting loyal customers. And then every once in a while, I'll start getting some team members who have been in for a little while going, well, I'm not getting anything from, you know, these posts anymore. And I'm going to kind of go into why you're not getting anything. Possibly you might be getting a person here or there, but it comes a little bit different. Because when you first sign up, the people that you are giving your information out to, the people that you're talking to, are people that already have that personal relationship with you. You've already created that personal relationship. So they're automatically going to have that trust in you. So once you get kind of through those people, you start getting towards your cold market. And when you're getting towards your cold market, then that's when things start getting a little like, okay, why is nobody kind of responding to these posts anymore? So we're going to go right into how we can help you get past that. And I will let you say this. When you join It Works, you're not only an It Works distributor, but you are now starting a career as a network marketing professional. I want you guys to keep that in your mind. You are now a network marketing professional. And what you're going to want to do as a network marketing professional is you're going to want to brand yourself. So when you get out there, you want people to start learning your name. As soon as you start, you want to start setting yourself up as a leader. And when I say as a leader, I'm not talking about the rank or anything like that. I'm talking about your presence online. People are going to want to learn from you. And the biggest thing that you can do when it comes to anything online, the people are going to be pretty much always ask this question, what can you offer them? What tips? What advice? You know, people are going to start listening to you. You're going to attract people to you by offering them stuff. It's not going to be so much, you know, the pictures and the advertisement. You might get some people from seeing the before and after pictures, but you're really going to attract a market if you're offering something like, if, say, it's a salon owner and she's giving out tips about salons and hairstyles and things like that, or somebody like me that's into technology. I call myself an internet marketer because I understand tips and SEOs and things that a lot of people aren't familiar with. So you really want to make sure that you are giving people, you know, that information and trying to attract people to you, not just through the products, not just through the business, but through different things that you can get people interested in. The next thing I will say is anything you do when it comes to any type of social media, you're going to want to use call to actions. Call to actions would be like at the end of a post saying, join my team today, or contact me today. If you want more information, send me an email. Those are the call to actions. You want to make sure you're including those because it kind of almost makes it like a time-sensitive type of thing. So you want to make sure that you're adding in those call to actions. So we're going to start getting into what I like to call getting listed on Google. If you get stuck on anything when it comes to any social media, setting up your blogs or anything like that, there's YouTube tutorials out there. All you have to do is just, do how to set up a blog using this website on YouTube, and there's going to be hundreds of videos that will pop up and walk you step by step on how to do something. So if you are afraid of something or you're not understanding it, just go and search for it, and there's plenty of tutorials. You can also ask me, and I can find some for you. But let's get into getting listed on Google. So I want you guys to think, if you guys say you're like me and you love Mexican food, but you've tried all the Mexican restaurants around you, and so, most people have smartphones nowadays, and so you're going to sit there and maybe go onto Google and search best Mexican restaurant in let's say, Sacramento, where I used to live. And that is kind of what I want you guys to realize is if somebody's going to be searching for, like out here, a Lake and Heath body wrap party, you want them to be able to find you. So we want you to get listed on Google. 75% of the time, people searching for you are searching on Google, not on social media. So the question is, why are we putting and focusing all of our attention on only social media when we can do something that is really fast and takes very little time to upkeep, which is getting us listed on Google? And the best way you can do that is through a blog. Now, the biggest thing you will need is you have to have a .com address for any of this to work. And I'm not talking about, the myitworks.com. I'm talking about creating your own, either buying through GoDaddy or through Namecheap. They're pretty cheap. They run anywhere from $5 to about $12 a year. You want to have that because if you are using your myitworks.com link, not only does Facebook block it, but Google will not pick it up because the main It Works website is myitworks.com. So it'll automatically, all the work you're doing is pretty much taking it back to the myitworkswebsite.com and not your separate link. So you need to make sure you have that .com address because Google will pick that up rather than sending it back to the main It Works website. Now, a blog is the easiest thing to get yourself set up. There's a couple websites I do recommend, either wordpress.com or blog.com. If you are a smartphone user, there is a new app out called Dayre, D-A-Y-R-E, and it's like a blog, and it makes it real simple for you to blog straight from your phone. It's actually a really cool app. Now, the biggest thing you need to realize about blogs is you want to use what I like to call keywords. Something that somebody would put into the search is what you're really wanting them to catch. So the keywords, as you're writing your post, if you sit there and think, okay, for example, I made a blog about going to London. So I said something about, I'm so excited to be bringing body wrap parties to London. The body wrap parties in London are all keywords. And you want to make sure you're using anything that somebody could search for, so you want to elaborate. Your blogs do not need to be long. They just need to have a good amount of keywords in it. Now, if your blog does not have many keywords in what you're writing, they always have something called tags. And these tags are where you can put those small things like, I normally do something like Lake and Heath body wrap parties, Lake and Heath It Works, UK It Works distributor, anything that you think somebody might search for. And the biggest thing is making sure that it's local cities near you. Start off with big cities and make sure you're using the same tags for up to about 10 posts or so. And then start spreading out to the little cities and using those same tags over and over again. And when you do that, Google will start picking you up. So when you first start off with a blog, you're going to want a lot of blog posts. If you do a lot in the beginning, you can actually get yourself listed on the front page of Google within a week. So this is huge, especially because you're trying to find people that are already interested in you and what you have. You're not having to try to go out there and sell something to somebody that has no clue what it is. They're already looking for you, the business opportunity, the products. it's already there. They might have a couple questions here or there, but overall they're pretty much like, hey, I want to get wrapped, So, oh goodness, I just lost my train of thought there. But so you want to make sure that you do those multiple blog posts in the beginning. And then after that, you literally only have to do maybe one blog post a month just to keep yourself on those top spots. So just for me doing my blog, I have in my area 3 of the links on the front page are just for my blog itself. So a blog is going to be the best thing that you can do. It's one of the easier things as well. It might seem confusing at first, but that's why I said find YouTube tutorials. I have one myself using WordPress that walks you step by step, and I can kind of post it out there if you guys need it. Another thing you can do is the more you post your .com address throughout the Internet, and the more that Google sees it, the more popular it's going to become. So mommy sites, daddy sites, any types of forums that you might think of that have like signatures, or you can actually advertise your website. There's sites like WAHM for workathomemom.com, and they have a forum on there that you can put your link in the signature. So the more that you're posting that link all over the Internet, the more likely Google is to pick it up. Another thing you could do is something called backlinks, and this gets confusing. This isn't something I'll do myself. There's a website called Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and if you search for backlinks, you'll find people that'll do it for you for $5, and they'll do like 1,000 backlinks, and that'll help get your website listed up there. And it's very simple information they ask for. They'll ask for some keywords like you'll want local stuff like Sacramento It Works distributor, Sacramento body wrap parties, so they'll ask for something like that, and as well as your .com address. Then the last thing when it comes to getting listed on Google, because I don't want to go into like the really complicated stuff, this is the basic stuff to get you up there as fast as you can, is to make sure on your It Works website that your story is including keywords as well. So the local cities near you, things like that, because Google will pick that up as well. So, okay, hopefully that wasn't too confusing. I know it's a lot of information, but I am always around if you need that. We're going to go into social media, because this is a huge part, and I think everybody here uses, obviously, social media at some point in time. The problem is a lot of people use it wrong, and they don't quite understand how to use it effectively, and they waste a lot of time on it. The biggest thing that I like to say is hashtags. It might seem confusing at first, but hashtags can take your post from, oh, look, there's a couple views, to, whoa, that's a lot of views. So you want to make sure you're using hashtags. Don't listen to people who say don't use the popular hashtags, because you do want the popular hashtags, because that's what people are searching for. So you don't need to come up with unique hashtags, because if you do, then people aren't looking for those, and you're not going to get the type of stuff that you want. So hashtags that are popular, it works, lose weight, things like that. So you want to make sure you're using that on all social media websites. One of the things you have to realize is there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of social media websites that you can literally get attached to, but I kind of just stick to the main ones. Of course, there's Facebook. Now, with Facebook, the first thing people typically do is create a fan page, and you guys need to kind of know exactly what you're doing with the fan pages. The fan pages used to be fantastic. When I first started in direct sales, this was like 6 years ago, fan pages were fabulous to use. And then they came out with the boosting posts and advertisement, and so now only about 5% of your likes, the people that like your page, will actually see your post. And that's shocking, because you're sitting there and you go out there and you try to get all those likes, and you're getting only 5%, and then Facebook's telling you, oh, no, you got to boost this post so that more people can see it. So I don't use fan pages too much anymore. The only reason I use my fan page is literally I hook it up to my Instagram, and so my Instagram posts on to my fan page as well as my Twitter. And that's pretty much how I use my fan page. Out of the 3 years that I've been doing It Works, I've only had one person come from my fan page. So that's kind of why I always tell people, it's nice to have because you want that online presence, especially you want your website link in the description, the About Me. So if somebody is looking for you, you want it to be a local business when you set it up, so it has an address. You don't have to put your whole address on there, but you can put your city, and that's going to be huge if somebody's looking for you locally as well, because that gets listed on Google as well. Personal pages are going to be the biggest and best way that you can, get people interested in the products, as most of you already know, because you probably posted pictures on there and people were like, oh, what's this? And you probably have already gotten distributors or loyal customers from it. The biggest thing a lot of people do is they go into these networking groups. And you sit there and you look at these networking groups, and they have advertisement days, and you see all these people spending hours and hours posting in all these different groups. And the funny thing is that doesn't really work. So they're wasting a lot of time. What you want to do is you want to make connections through these groups. You want to find a way to talk to them, get to know them, because that way you're creating that personal connection, and they're going to be more likely to buy from you if you have that personal connection. So I go in there and I find people, especially on the Me Mondays, those groups that have the themes, and I go and I find people that are similar to me, something that I have in common, and I create I chat with them a little bit. So they post something about themselves, and then I'll say, oh, that's so much like me, and I give them, I ask them a question so that they start talking back to me. Once you've created that personal connection, then you can send them a friend request. Then from there, they're going to start to get to know you. Facebook and using it that way is not going to be an immediate response because you want to create that personal connection. And when you have that, they're much more likely to be a more loyal customer. They're much more likely to be a better team member because they've already got that respect and that trust in you from creating that personal relationship. So what I do to help create that personal relationship is I spend 10 to 20 minutes a day going through my timeline and commenting on pictures and posts. It can be from people that are not on my team and people that are on my team. I like to make sure that I'm, constantly keeping up that personal relationship with everybody that is on my Facebook. And the big thing you need to know is that the more that you interact with them and the more that they interact with you, the much more likely they are to see your posts. So if you've ever noticed that you seem to see your families or your best friends' posts more often than anybody else, it's because you're interacting with them more often than anyone else on your Facebook. So you want to make sure that you're interacting with as many people as possible and having them interact back. So you want some fun posts. One of the posts going around right now is the picture of saying that we're in a police car and, what's the 4 words that you say to me or something like that, and gets people, interactive. So you want type of posts like that get people just talking to you because then they're going to connect with you and then they'll see your posts a lot more. You still want to have some before and afters, some advertisements so they know what's going on, but you really want lifestyle posts. Pictures of you with your team having fun, what It Works has helped you accomplish. When I hit the $10,000 bonus, I posted that up there, and people went crazy. So they want to see, those type of things. And a lot of the times it's the simple things. Thank you, It Works. I was able to get my nails done. Thank you, It Works. I was able to get my hair done. We paid off a bill. I paid off my student loan. Just little things that will connect to people. Those are the type of posts that are really going to attract people to the business and to you. Stories, product testimonies, those are also huge things to help people gain trust in the company and in the products as well. The next thing is Instagram. Now, Instagram is great because, like I said, you can connect it to your other sites, so you can save a lot of time, actually. Instagram, you must have a smartphone or tablet. That's the only thing that drives me insane with Instagram is I can't go on my computer and make posts. It has to be from my cell phone or my tablet. So you got to make sure that you have one of those to be able to do it. Hashtags are huge on Instagram. Anybody that's big on Instagram. They're all using hashtags, and you get a lot more views and a lot more likes the more hashtags you use. So you want to make sure you're doing that. The more people that you follow, the more likely they will follow you. It's not a guarantee, though. So I spent a little bit of time, but I'll tell you what. Okay, I don't know if y'all, I know this is kind of embarrassing, but I love One Direction, and I actually followed them on Instagram. And within 10 minutes, I had 15 or so fans from One Direction that were actually sending me follows, that were following me on Instagram. So the more you like people and follow them, the more likely you're going to get follows back. And that's the type of stuff that you want, because you want people to see your posts. And the same thing coming down to what can you offer them? They're going to want to know tips. They're going to want to know the tricks, motivational quotes, things like that. You want to set yourself up and make sure you're branding yourself. Make sure you have your profile set up. Try to keep it more something like mine says, Internet Marketer, International Team Leader, something like that, where you want to do, if you're strong with the Internet, do Internet Marketer. If you're, salon owner, do salon or stylist or something. Give yourself a title. You want to make sure you're giving yourself a title because you're branding yourself. And then at the end of your little profile, you want to make sure you include a call to action. Try the crazy rap today. Join our team today. Or your website will automatically be in your profile as well. You want to make sure that's in there as well, so you don't need to add it into the little profile part because it's separate. But you want to make sure you have that call to action. And you also want to make sure you're including your website in as many posts as possible, because that, once again, will help you get listed on Google, as well as if somebody just sees that individual picture, they'll go ahead and go to your website that's there. And it saves, like I said, it saves you time if you have it post to like your Facebook fan page and your Twitter at the same time. The next one is YouTube, and this is the one when I start talking to people that everybody gets scared, and I understand because it doesn't seem like it, but I'm very, very shy. I don't like getting in front of a camera, and so it's really difficult for me to do videos because I'm like, I don't want to, I'm the type of like, okay, is my hair looking good? I need some makeup on, and I don't want to kind of always go through that to get it done. But it's a huge market, and you don't want to miss out because videos show right up on Google sometimes when you're searching it. People will go to YouTube for tutorials like how to wrap, when they get their box, how to wrap. And the more views you're getting, the higher that listing of that video is going to go. So you definitely want to, if you notice any of the leaders and you go to any of their YouTube channels, they offer a lot of tips. This is where I said, what can you offer them? They're giving you business tips. They're giving you motivational videos. Start off small. You may think you don't have anything to talk about, but I promise that you do. Just anything that pops in your head, just record it, post it. Make sure in the description you're using those hashtags, and you're including your website. It also has the tags like blogs do with the keywords, so you want to make sure you're putting in those keywords so if somebody's searching for you, that they can find your YouTube video as well. LinkedIn is pretty popular, but I don't use it very much. I will just say that I have a profile on there, but I haven't really gone into the groups that they have, but they do have it. So if you have time, you can get into it. The most important part, though, is making sure that you do have a profile on LinkedIn. Just that way, it's another thing for Google to pick up your website, as well as for listing yourself as a professional. And like I said earlier about a title, giving yourself a title, like I said, you guys are starting your career as a network marketing professional. There's a title right there for you. So if you can't think of one, you are a network marketing professional. Twitter. Okay, Twitter gets people scared as well, almost as much as YouTube does. Twitter is actually pretty simple. The things that you need to know is it only allows 3 hashtags. So when you're using hashtags, it only allows 3. It should be catchy, short, sweet, and to the point, because they don't allow much on there. So it's typically used for things like announcements, especially during conference. Twitter is going to be your best friend. So you want to make sure you have a Twitter account, hooked it onto your phone, because when you go through all those announcements, you're going to want to make sure that you're posting it onto Twitter. So any type of announcements, updates, new products, just that's a way to kind of communicate simple, fast things to your customers. And on Twitter, you can actually shorten your .com address by getting a short URL, and you can get it for free from tinyurl.com. That gives you more room to be able to use a little bit more words in whatever you're posting, so you can have that. You can also do a picture. If you do a picture, and you can put your link right onto the picture if you save it on there. There's apps that you can do, like photo editors, where you can put it right onto the picture, so you don't have to put it in your post, but they can still see it on the picture. Overall, if you are just feeling completely overwhelmed, you're like, oh, there's so much, start with one. Start with one thing. I'm going to be dead serious when I want you to start with doing a blog first, because you're going to be finding those people that are already interested, and you don't have to kind of like hunt them down and give them a whole bunch of information. They are already interested. So get the blog. That's going to be your task for this weekend or next week. I want you guys to have get your blog set up. If you already have one and maybe you've been neglecting it, go make some posts. If you have no clue what you can write about, you can just do a before and after picture and just make sure that you've got the tags in there. You don't have to write big posts, and they don't have to be full of, all this inspiration or anything. It can be simple, short, and sweet. Just making sure that you have those keywords on there and you're including your website in any posts that you're making. And just overall, remember to let people get to know you. We are in a personal type of business. People join people, not necessarily the business. They may be interested in the business, but the deciding factor of them joining is typically the person they're joining with. So you're going to want to make sure you're making those personal connections, and that's the biggest thing about social media, is just connecting with people and getting to know them. I'll open this up here for some questions, because I know there's always questions. But something I like to do with my team is if you had an aha moment from any of this, Pam loves to talk about aha moments. It's that moment that just like stuck out to you and you're like, oh. I want you to post it on Facebook as a status, as your aha moment. And then if we're friends on Facebook, tag me in it, because I love seeing those aha moments. Tag your leaders in it as well, because people are going to see, that you're learning, that you're serious about your business. And I've had some of my team where they did their aha moment, and then they're signing up a distributor from it because they're like, oh, the team is, is getting support and things like that. So I love having them do that. So if you guys have any questions, you can actually press, I believe it's *6. Let me double check. Yeah, if you have any questions, press *6, and that should unmute yourself. Let's see. Anybody have any questions? If not, you can send it through me on Facebook if we're on there. Here, you know what? Let me fully unmute everybody. Okay.
I have a question about Instagram.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is Marty again. How do you go about getting new followers? I've heard a few different methods.
The biggest thing that I've noticed, like I said, is following. You can follow the famous people, and then all of a sudden I was getting, because they somehow get notifications, that you're doing that. Hashtags is the biggest thing. That's why I always push hashtags, because people are going to be searching on that hashtag. So if somebody's trying to search for, like, lose weight, and they do a search on the hashtag lose weight, then your profile is going to come up, and they'll start following you. And then it's just, once you start getting those followers, and then if somebody's searching for something, they'll get a notification, like, recommended that they follow you because somebody else has followed you, type stuff like that. So biggest thing is following people first, because then you're more likely to get people to follow you back, and then making sure that you've got the hashtags in there.
Okay. And then another thing that I do to save time on Instagram is I'll go to pictures I've already posted, and then I'll do a comment, and it'll just be hashtags. But sometimes it will let me, and other times it will say fail. Do you ever run across that?
I have, actually. I don't know why it does that. You're just kind of like sitting there like, really? But what you can do is kind of maybe just repost the picture completely.
Yeah, when I'm just short on time, I'll just fly through them all, and just curious.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Did you say yeah?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I hear you.
I didn't know if I had my own phone on mute. Marty, as you were asked about the following too. Some nights what I'll do is I'll go on Instagram and I'll search some hashtags that I'm interested in and just go through those hashtags and the people who have posted or used the same hashtag. I just want to go through and just start following everybody.
Yeah, and that's what I've always done, but now I'm following too many people, so I need to take the time to go through and delete.
There is an app that it shows you, I can't remember the name of it. I got it from another call I listened in on. But there's an app that you can go to. I don't know. I think I deleted the app because I had too much stuff on my phone. But it's an app where you can go and you can actually, it connects to your Instagram. I think it might be called InstaFollow or something like that.
It is, yeah.
You can see who is following you back and who isn't. And what the person said on the other call that I remember, I can't remember who did it, but if they don't follow you, if you follow them and like within a week or if they don't follow you back, take them off.
Yeah, that makes
Unfollow them so you can follow somebody else.
Yeah,
because that next person might follow you back.
Yeah.
So,
I have got business off Instagram, so I do like it a lot.
Yeah,
it's
but
becoming
also
a big
hit
right now.
Another tip that I was told was to, what was it? Oh my gosh, I just lost what I was thinking. Was to also, they're saying I've seen in a bunch of distributor groups, don't follow other distributors.
Exactly.
Don't post on other follower or other distributors' posts. And also, what was it? Oh my God.
I block them.
Yes, I do too. If I see a distributor following me, I block them.
Yes.
And then also, I was told
to,
if you have someone comment on your post asking for more information, get them to either call you, email you, text you. Don't start a conversation about the products or anything like that on that post. Have them contact you in another way. Because there is the direct message or whatever it is on Instagram, but a lot of people don't use it because you have to send a picture to use it.
Right.
So, I mean, just the other night I had a girl, I posted about looking for 5 new team members or 5 people who wanted to make money, and this girl commented how do you do it? And the first thing I said, can you text me? And I gave her my cell phone number, and she texted me right away, and I talked to her. She said that a distributor offered her a great deal, and I'm like, how is she offering you a great deal? What are you talking about? So I messaged her back or texted her back, what is she offering you? And she sent me the picture of this. Well, she was wanting information on becoming a loyal customer, and this other distributor, I don't know who she is. I have her information, but I don't know who she is, was offering anyone who signed up today a free wrap, or anyone who signed up today as a loyal customer a free wrap, which we're not allowed to do. But I got talking to her, and I straight up told her we're not allowed to do that. We're only allowed to offer what It Works offers you guys. And got talking to her, and then now she's wanting to sign up as a distributor. She's trying to get people to prepay for wraps to become a distributor. So
that's awesome.
So it's the best thing to do is get them to contact you in another way. Even if they contact you and then don't say anything else to you, you still have that lead to contact them later on.
Right.
So I'm sorry,
My
Heather.
biggest response
Oh, no worries. No, that's great. And it shows, integrity in this business. If you're doing things the right way, it's going to come back to you. So if you're kind of doing things that, are against policies, it's eventually going to come and get you.
Yeah, exactly.
But you'll find the right people for your team. So.
Yep.
Anybody else have
Heather,
any other questions?
No question, but I posted your new British accent is fighting your Southern accent, and you almost sound Australian.
I've always picked up accents really, really quickly, and we kind of knew that it was going to happen when I moved out here. And so, my British friends out here, they kind of laughed, and they call me the Australian, and they're like, have you ever been to Australia? And I'm like, no. Never. But I just, Heather Nickless is one of my best friends, and so, she's got the beautiful Southern accent, and so I talked to her, and I picked that up, and then I've got the British, and it just kind of,
That's great.
You've got your own accent.
I'm making it unique.
You are. And one thing, will you do a favor, because I was lost and trying to find my car, will you write or post, comment, whatever, the blog sites that you recommended? There was a couple websites you recommended, and I didn't have time to write them down.
Yep. I'll definitely put those up there.
Thank you.
Heather, when you do that, sorry, it's Kathy. When you do that, will you maybe add a few popular hashtags to use? I know I've been hashtagging myself in my posts, and I found that it's like I use my Nabby Wraps as a hashtag. So now that takes people to all of my posts in the last few months, but I'm also looking for, like, Canada. Okay, if I tag Canada, that's awful big. There's got to be a better way to reach Canadians.
Right.
So if we can do, I don't know if you want to do a document or a post for people to suggest good hashtags to use, because I don't want to waste my time with this list of 50 hashtags.
You know what, Jessica, you and me, we'll get together, because Jessica, I call her my hashtag queen, because she's fabulous at coming up with hashtags. And I'm like, I'll send her a post like, hey, what would you hashtag this on? We'll get together.
Secret is I just, whatever I think someone would search, I just hashtag it. If I put up greens and I'll say, somebody might search detox or get healthy or natural or good eating or healthy eating, something like that. Anything that I think of, somebody might hashtag this looking for something, and maybe they'll see this post So that's all I really do is just think, what would I search if I was looking for this?
Right, that's kind of what I've been doing.
On Twitter, it shows, like, trending hashtags as well. So, like, the other day, starter packs was a trending hashtag, and I was like, you guys, I posted it up, and I was like, you guys, make a post about the business or about the holiday packs as a starter packs, as great starter packs, and hashtag it in that way, because it was a trending, and if it's trending, you want to grab it. I'll grab some other sites for my mom, because my mom is a former webmaster, and she's a technology teacher. And she's got websites that'll tell you which ones you put in, like, It Works, and it'll tell you which hashtags or things that are trending right now. So I'll see if I can get that from her, because then you can put in, like, if you're doing something like the greens. And I'll tell you, if you're doing something like the greens, for some reason fruits and vegetables are really high trending hashtags. I found that out this week.
Or superfoods.
So, yeah. Organic is another thing, though we can't really put organic on there because we're not organic certified.
I actually heard someone say at the same call about Instagram, the person who did it, I can't remember, I have to look at it, but they said you don't have to use the words or hashtags that go along with your picture.
Right.
So
definitely.
And because before that's how I was doing it, like with that, how you said organic really were not organic, or say we're doing the wraps and we can't say that they're detoxing, but we can hashtag detox, just trying to pull people in, and we're not saying that the wraps are detoxing. We're just using that hashtag. I don't know.
Right.
So
I definitely use the detox.
I'll see if I can find that video or find the recording to the call. I can't remember if it was a call or a video I watched.
Was that Blair Leitner?
No, I don't think it was.
She did a call recently.
It was a husband and a wife, and then there was another one. It was a guy.
Huh.
I think it was one of the training to ambassador groups that I'm in. I'll see if I can. I know the link is in there. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll post it in Heather's group. And
I'll just kind of post out from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it's pretty much overall, once you start getting the hang of it and I keep a little thing on my phone in the notepad of all the common hashtags that I use, and just so I can copy and paste. It makes it a lot faster for me,
does.
But I've really noticed, because I kind of stepped up my Instagram this week, and I just started posting stuff like internet tips. And I didn't really use that many hashtags. I just, if I posted up a picture that had a business tip, I just did hashtag business, hashtag tip. And I was getting a lot of people starting to follow me right after I would do posts like that. And if I did a post like the before and after picture, I wouldn't get anything. But then I'd post up something about the business or SEOs or blogs or something, and I'd get more followers. So the biggest thing is kind of pulling them in, trying to do like maybe healthy tips. Recipes is always huge, any type of recipe that you can think of. So all those recipes that are out there for the ProFit shakes, those are going to be probably big ones that you can put out there. But anything to kind of like get people to come to you. Like I said, what can you offer them? That's the question there, like what can you offer me? Tips, tricks, things like that. And that'll kind of get people coming to you, and you kind of brand yourself that way.
And I've read, too, that on Instagram that you shouldn't post everything like you would on Facebook, that you should pick like a few of your favorite things, like 5 different categories, and just stick with those so that when people are following you, they're actually getting something. They're coming to you for a reason.
Right.
Not just to see,
that makes sense.
Your kids or your dog or whatever.
Yeah. To be honest, I rarely ever post much about my family. I did post like a picture the other day of my kids saying, this is my why, this is why I do the business, this is why, so I don't ever really do too much like personal stuff. If they want that, they can come see me on my Facebook page. But my Instagram is business related.
Yeah. So much to learn.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you can literally go hours and hours of training on each social media site, and you're just like, whoa.
Heather, do you know anything about like the Tumblr or Foursquare or any of those that it offers you to post on when you do Instagram?
I have not really gotten into those yet.
Okay.
I would say it's probably pretty much similar. If you might as well just set up a profile, hook it up, and let it share.
Yeah, I did. I set them all up. And it's like I hit for it to post on those as well when I'm posting on the Instagram, but I'm like, I've never even got on to look at it. Maybe
anything that gets
reaching
post
another
out there.
one extra person.
Yeah, another thing that I didn't mention, and I probably should have, was Google+. Google+ is kind of like Facebook, but it's up and coming. That's another thing. Like, you can set up a business profile right on there, and that goes directly straight to Google. So if you're setting up, like, a local business thing, they'll send out a little thing to verify that you're actually, there. And then you can, from there, like, if somebody's in your area searching for it, they'll be able to find it. The only problem with that is if you're setting up your address, it will show your full address, if that makes sense, because it's considering it as a business. But, But Google+, you can use it like kind of Facebook where it's personal, but their business pages are a lot better for people to find you.
Yeah.
I have that set up, but I just don't get it, so I hardly ever go on it.
I kind of did that at first. I'm a techie person, It is, yeah, and it's once you kind of, play around with it a little bit, you'll start to kind of grasp it a little bit more. It was really confusing at first because we're all so used to Facebook and how it's, how it's set up, and then you got something that's similar to it, but yet completely different, so it's a little confusing at first, but you could probably find tutorials on YouTube, and it hooks up directly to your YouTube as well, so it'll show your YouTube videos on there, and so much
Heather,
information.
it's Kathy.
Hi.
I have a question about Google+.
Okay.
I use Google+, and I don't think I hooked it to, like, an actual business. I use my Gmail account to manage all my contacts and all my leads and to do forms and stuff for prepaying. So I said, I might as well just do my Google+. And I'm finding it difficult to decide where to join the groups. Like, Facebook, they have all those groups, and they're pretty much useless, except for the ones where you can actually get in and talk to people. And I'm not having that kind of success in Google+. Have you?
No. To be honest, they're a little more confusing when it comes to the groups and stuff on there. It's a lot more confusing.
I feel like and there is an It Works group there, and there's a compliance guru in there. But that's the only group that it seems like anybody talks to anybody. It seems almost like it's stuffier. I don't know.
I would avoid that.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to surround yourself with the people that you want to you want to be yourself. So if you're kind of finding those, I always call them the few bad apples that are there. You're always going to have them in any type of business. Surround yourselves with the more happier, positive people.
Yeah, I just haven't been able to make a single connection on Google+. And I really work at it. I literally copy and paste my Facebook page into my Google+, of course all my contacts are there, and I have a circle with all of my email contacts that are on Google+, and I always posted them, but not ever do I ever get a +1. So
it's still weird. Because it's still new. Not everybody really is, because it's confusing at first, so not everybody's going to get into it. I just use it for the business page because it hooks up directly to Google. Even if you don't have, like, your website on there, your address, even if you don't have it on there, you can still kind of create, like, a fan page type thing, and it's still going to connect to Google, and you're putting your .com address on there. Google it'll help pick it up faster.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to push more into Google, especially since I'm calling in today from Google Voice because my phone's busted. Right. So I'm trying to get, more into Google. It's up and coming. I really feel like that's like the new where people are going to go, but I don't know how to break it. Yeah,
you know what? I'm going to really look into it, and maybe I'll set up like a training on just that. I normally do a lot of videos because I can record things and just kind of do a walkthrough. So I'll look into getting that done. That way it's a little bit more not so confusing.
Yeah, okay. Definitely, and I'll definitely stay tuned into that, and I'll plug in more to you with that. So I think I'll go back to the cave and find you and make sure I know how to get on your YouTube and all that stuff.
Yeah, my YouTube, if anybody wants it, is Wrap It and Lose. You could, yeah, it's pretty Wrap It and Lose.
I couldn't understand your Australian accent.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Do I need to spell it out?
Would it be LOSE at the
Yeah.
end?
Yeah. WRAPITANDLOSE.
Say it once more. I'm joking.
Okay. Yeah, just wait till conference, and I'm probably going to be coming out with like a full-blown British accent by then, okay? But, yeah, any other questions?
No, but thank you very much.
Perfect. Okay, so it's like 3 a.m. for me, so I won't have the recording up right away. I'll probably have it up a little bit in the morning after I drop the kids off. But I'll have the recording, and then I'll kind of send it out and post it in the groups anywhere that I posted the picture. I'll just kind of post it in the comments there, and then if everybody can spread it to whoever needs it.
Awesome.
But, yeah.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Hope you all have a wonderful night. All right.
Bye.
Bye, hon.
Thank you. Good night.
What? Sorry, I was on a phone call. What on earth are you doing, Blake? You should call Grandpa and say hello. Huh? He likes talking to you. How much homework do you have? Nothing really, or just a little this and that? Did you get your math test back today? Huh? Yeah, but